We've become used to seeing tractors blockading capital cities across Europe in recent weeks. Well, today it was Cardiff's turn as thousands of angry farmers protested outside the Welsh Parliament. They're complaining against being told they need to set aside some of their land for environmental schemes like tree planting. If they don't, they could lose key subsidies, which they say they can't afford. Their slogan, "No farmers, no food."
They came in their thousands from every corner of Wales. By tractor and by coach, farmers packed the steps of the Senedd to voice their displeasure with the Welsh Government.
There can be no food on the table if there is no farmers.
Many here are upset at proposed reforms which mean 10% of their land must be planted with trees in order to be eligible for the long-term post-Brexit replacement for farming subsidies.
It'll take approximately 14 acres out of my farm, which is a small farm in the first instance. I don't know where I'm going to go.
Well, I just hope they listen to us about these restrictions, from manure to planting trees.
I'd like to see a new scheme that supports the environment that people are willing to uptake.
Welsh Government ministers have already acknowledged they'll have to make changes to this scheme, but it's clear that has not reassured the many thousands of farmers who've arrived here today who say they're fighting for their livelihoods. The relationship between them and the government is at an all-time low. The scheme aims to tackle climate change as well as support sustainable food production and is at the heart of the Welsh Labour government strategy to reverse nature loss and river pollution.
Walk on, wait, steady.
Young farmers entering the industry fear this change in direction will have dire consequences for their futures.
I'm doing a degree in agriculture and there's so many people doing the same to get into the business, but if there's no jobs out there for us, then you just feel like, what's the point in doing this degree? You're working so hard for nothing.
Last week, many in the sector were angered by the Labour First Minister Mark Drakeford, who blamed Brexit-voting farmers for their situation. I asked the Rural Affairs Minister whether his comments risked undermining her position.
No, not at all, and I don't think he has done that. I mean, when he was talking about, all farmers have voted to leave the European Union, you'll hear a lot of people say that. Of course it's not true. We can't generalise in that way. But,
should the First Minister be saying it then?
Well, I think, when you're on your feet and you say, he was just referring, I think, in general to farmers.
That comment is unlikely to build any bridges. The problem for the government is that giving concessions to protesters will mean rowing back on their Green Manifesto commitments. For farmers, the campaign rolls on with renewed confidence that their voices are being heard. Rhys Williams, News at 10, Cardiff Bay.